Hello, adventurer. It's good to see you. You have made it to the morning grind.
Welcome, welcome.
It's the live stream at the beginning of the Geekverse, where we talk about all types of topics in geekdom, gaming, and fantasy, with an emphasis on being constructive and creating the things that we want to exist in the world.
It's all on the grind, Sizemore. Can't be too fine, can't be too coarse.
That's exactly right. There are a lot of adventures to be had today. Dungeons to explore and monsters to slay, and who knows what a random encounter might send our way. That's why we have to prepare. So settle in now for the morning grind with your favorite beverage in hand.
Tea? Or maybe something a little stronger. I've got a few bottles of the old Wynyard left.
Whatever you want. Pull up a chair.
Dude.
If you're feeling fancy, how about a cappuccino? Or a frappuccino? Or how about an espresso?
Just tea, thank you.
Sounds good to me, Gandalf. Whatever you want. I'm just glad you're here.
Everyone is welcome. You can just watch if you want. You don't have to worship anything you don't want to worship.
Thank you, Mike. But be forewarned.
Sometimes we get really strange characters around here.
Wait, what's that you say? Why can't you come and be a part of the stream?
My wife would disown me.
Oh no, I bet she'll be fine with it. Come on in.
Am I scared for my safety? No.
What are we supposed to do?
Everybody do the secret handshake.
Secret cultist handshake.
Oh, now do wizards who love each other.
This, my friend, is a science.
I still don't have gills, but it's fine.
It's all on the grind, son. Can't be too fine, can't be too coarse.
Dude, this would be a sick place to bring the band.
Indeed it would be, Dave. It really would. I'm seeing more people coming in. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Oh, look, here's someone new.
Is this the cultist meetup?
Yes it is.
Come to hang out? Please accept me. I have nothing else.
Okay, we accept you. Everyone's welcome here.
Brought some snacks.
Well, that makes things even better.
You want some coffee?
I don't drink coffee.
You sure? It's cultist coffee.
What makes it cultist coffee?
I'm a cultist and I'm drinking it.
Oh. Then I'll have some.
What exactly is going on here?
I'm seeing more people coming in. Welcome, welcome. It's so great to have you. Oh, and look, here comes another stranger.
Can we help you?
Yes, fellow cultists. I could really use some food.
Oh yeah? Welcome. We have donuts.
Oh, it's me. I'm glad I'm here. I'm sure you have a few questions for me, though.
What's your name? Who do you work for? What god do you worship?
Great questions, Rob.
I'm Steve King, and I worship Nyarlathotep.
No, not really. I'm just Heath, and I won't be worshiping anything this morning. But I will be your host. Welcome to the office. We're going to have a great time. I've got my coffee ready, because now it's time for the morning grind.
If you could become a fish, that would be amazing. Then I could command you with my mental fish powers.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to my home. Welcome to the office. Welcome to the morning grind. It is so good to see everybody. I hope you're doing well this morning. I am. I've just got a kind of chill morning here. Getting started with the morning grind, and then I got lots of things to tackle between now and, well, Sunday. Got fresh ground coffee this morning. Good morning, Sable. Good morning. Good morning, Zero. We had, see, what is today? Today's Friday. This is Friday morning. We had 14 likes. Notice I was trying to track this. Please do hit the like button. We had 14 likes on the stream yesterday. So hit the like button, and maybe there are other people out there who would like to talk HeroQuest with us. This is a major theme here on the channel. So I've got the Spirit Queen's Torment box this morning and thought that we should go through it here. So maybe there are people who would also like to look at some HeroQuest. There are lots of people on the channel who like HeroQuest. We talk about it a lot, so maybe it'll push it out in front of you. Good morning, TSL Frontman. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, so last night I spoke with Ian Runkle on Table Talk, and it was fantastic. So let me see here. This is the link to the channel. If you're not over there on that channel, we are over what we got, 1,030 subscribers over there now. And we are closing in. We're closing in over there. We need more watch hours over there in order to be able to like take super chats over there and do other things over there. So we need well, I don't know how many, but a few hundred more watch hours in order to do that. So if you're not over there, please do connect with me over there. Table Talk has been a great stream. And last night, yep, there we are. Ian Runkle, Role of Law. We talked about the elf license. We talked about the orc license. We basically started from the beginning with the entire situation with the OGL and what his belief was with the orc license, and then into what his elf license changes. And of course, we looked at the elf license in detail, the orc and the elf license here on the Morning Grind. Well, this was a pretty good system, I think, to look at something that somebody created, like in this case, a license, in detail on the Morning Grind, and then bring on the creator over to Table Talk. And so I'll give you the direct link right here. So Ian, well, I didn't hit enter, so I didn't even send this. Just get 200 people to watch. If 200 more people would just watch for an hour, I think it's still more than 200 hours worth of watch time. But yeah, if I could only get 10,000 people to just watch for an hour or half an hour, right? Let's see. So direct link to Ian's interview and discussion. I thought it was great. So I definitely recommend watching that one if you are interested in, which it seems like a lot of people are around here, interested in the legal and licensing situations that have been going on with Dungeons and Dragons, and therefore throughout all of tabletop gaming. So if you're interested in that, this was a fantastic discussion. So next Tuesday, Doug and I will be talking about Star Trek 6. We're doing a deep dive. We're trying to finish Star Trek 6. Hey, hit the notification over there on Star Trek 6. Sable says it would be fantastic to get both Ryan Dancy and Ian Runkle back on the same stream. That would be fantastic. I would love to have Ryan Dancy back. I probably need to put some of the material with Ryan Dancy over on the Table Talk channel. I would love to have him back. To talk about like the D20 trademark licensing and the state of the tabletop gaming with the licensing in general. But I haven't been able to do that. They are not. That is a great question. I do want to do shorts. And in fact, I want to get a system for putting some shorts up over there. I was trying to get a better system for clipping, and that system did not work. But I'm going to think about clipping. But the answer is actually no, TSL. Good question. Shorts are on its own counterclock. I'll show you. So the first step I would have to get, I need, let's see, I have on the Table Talk channel has 1,842 public watch hours of the 3,000 needed. So yeah, it's several hundred, so 1,200 watch hours more, or 3 million short views in 90 days. So you got to get 3,000 watch hours in 365 days, or 3 million short views. Now that's not watch hours, but that's just views, shorts views within 90 days. And I did post shorts over there. And I want to get a methodology designed to do that. But we have, for instance, for comparison, though, those shorts that I put out have 72,000 watches. I've got 72,000 short watches on Table Talk of 3 million needed. So I think it's probably easier just to get the 1,200 watch hours. Good morning, Brent. Good morning. Shorts died quickly because YouTube isn't. It depends on what YouTube is. I mean, I think that's right. YouTube isn't TikTok, but it also depends on what YouTube is promoting at the time. Depends on what YouTube wants. And I would like to. So the shorts were nice because they could also go to TikTok if that's useful, and also Instagram if that's useful. So I don't know. We will see. All right. what else is going on? Okay, I do want to bring up. Okay, so that's going on over here on Table Talk. I am turning. I got one other project I got to work on before I really turn my, which can be all that short. It's not going to take that much time. But really, I am turning the battleship toward the cultists. And so this is the cultists. Hey, Charlie. And hey, GA. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The Cultists channel. So if you are new here, The Cultists is the web show that I created. It's a comedy mockumentary. A comedy mockumentary about about modern day Lovecraftian cultists who are just trying to worship Cthulhu, but most of the people in the world don't understand. So they're all in this. They got this group who are in this cult. Like he's a priest of Dagon here. He worships Yog-Sothoth. He's another worshiper of Dagon right here. So I've got the first 3 episodes. I'm re-releasing everything on this channel. I got the first 3 episodes of season 1 over here on the channel, as well as some director's commentary, producers commentary about how to make this web show, how we made the web show. And I've got other material as well. So season 1 is up here. This is a complete relaunch of the show over here. And I've got a lot that I want to do with it. This, my initial idea over here was, can you take a show? Can you create a show for YouTube and ultimately come up with some type of sustainable model to create more shows? Well, I kind of, on the initial launch, we didn't gain the kind of traction that we needed. But that's why I'm completely relaunching it. And I want to put it out with a game. So I mentioned last night we want to do a game. So the idea is, because I had created not only the Cultist, but I'd created a tabletop game to go with it. And so if we can successfully bring out both the Cultists and its associated game, then I think we will have developed a system, or have hit upon a system that could be used to generate more materials. Because I'm big on not just being a critic. There are the critics, and of course you can do very well as a critic. But so much of YouTube is nothing but the critics and commentary. And when we talk about, of course, we talk about on Table Talk the kinds of things we like, the kinds of things we don't like. But I think key in all of this is that we are all creators as well, and we don't just we don't just sit and comment on other people's work. We actually create work, but we need to be able to get that work out in a sustainable way. So I am turning the battleship. I got a few things to think about in the next few days, like 3 or 4 days. But then beyond that, we got to really hit the cultists hard. I think it's worth getting in front of a lot more people. All right. So if you're not over there on that channel and you haven't seen the cultists or know what it's about, please do come by. This does, by the way, make it difficult to get a date here in Alabama. And in conservative Alabama, I was talking to somebody who was obviously a conservative Christian, but I didn't know that at the time. But something came up, but we were looking at, I'm on YouTube. Oh, she's on YouTube. I was like, oh yeah, I'm on YouTube too. What are the kinds of things like this? And she was talking about like the cultists. What is that? And like one of the thumbnails here is actually worshiping an evil god. It's like, okay, well, this didn't go over very well. But whatever. We move on. Okay, let's we are going into the Spirit Queen's Torment, but let's do our breathe and sip, and also let's do our reading this morning for just a couple of minutes, and then we will get into unboxing some HeroQuest. Let me stop the screen. So everybody got your favorite beverage this morning? Oh, Sable says we can finally touch on my ideas about its mythic structure and finally hear how it would improve the cinematic battle. I'm excited. Yes, we can do all of those. And in fact, it's on my list of things to do to make sure. Oh my God! Before Tuesday, I want to make sure I lay out how I would improve the climactic battle, so we can step through it. I don't think I'll have time to draw out a storyboard, but I want to be able to go through it in detail. Sable Phoenix says the Cultist has numerous very funny jokes in it. You can't summon Cthulhu with sour cream and onion. Classic line. Classic line. You can't summon Cthulhu with sour cream and onion. And James likes the dad character. All right, so let's breathe and sip. 2 deep inhales, complete exhales, and then take a sip of our favorite beverage. Here we go. And sip. Ah. Brent says elder ones prefer all dressed. Okay, Addicted to Money. This is Turning Pro by Stephen Pressfield. Things you shouldn't be. The real utility of money is its convenience as a medium of exchange. If you and I have a goat in Samira, we don't have to carry the poor beast in our arms all the way to Aleppo to trade it for a carpet. We can sell the goat in Samira, stash the silver Darik in our pocket, and then take the Darik to Aleppo to buy the carpet. But when we're addicted to money, we become hooked on the metaphor. Is money how we keep score? Is it magic? Is wealth a currency that opens doors, realizes possibilities, produces transcendence? Money is second only to sex in the richness of its metaphor. But in the case of carnality, our real object is the currency of our own hearts. This same premise applies to power, fame, and all other external oppressions of potency. What you and I are really seeking is our own voice, our own truth, our own authenticity. Addicted to trouble. Now, this one, I know people who have this as well. There are more than 2 million people behind bars in the United States and another 5 million on probation or parole. How many millions more self-imprisoned in cycles of abuse, of others or of themselves, or habituated to other forms of vice, corruption, and depravity? Why is trouble so intoxicating? Because its payoff is incapacity. The scars and tattoos of the convict are his shallow symphony, his displaced epic, his unpainted masterpiece. The individual addicted to trouble will never get out of jail because he's safer behind bars than free out in the world. Each time he's released, he will find a way to get sent back in. The payoff for the prisoner is release from the agonizing imperative of identifying, embracing, and bringing into material existence the dreams and visions of his own deepest, noblest, and most honorable heart. All right. Yeah, it's just like, do I have enough time to actually get it done? That's the thing. All right, let's turn on our light here. Please do hit the like button. Like I said, we had let's see. Please hit the like button. Oh, that Addicted to Trouble Trapper may be the deepest one yet. That was a good one. All right, let's see, where's my light here? All right, and let's go auxiliary camera here. Good morning, Andrew. Good morning. This one's dirty too, but here we go. So, HeroQuest. The Spirit Queen's Torment. And as Sable asked, I'm not sure if we are tormenting the Spirit Queen or if she is tormenting other people. I guess we'll find out. Kind of looks like she might be the one doing the tormenting. So this is one of the smaller boxes. Oh, I got wherever. I don't know where the other one is. The Prophecy of Telor. So this is one of the smaller boxes like we looked at last time. The same size, the Prophecy of Telor, which is smaller than the Mage in the Mirror and the Barbarian Quest pack and the Isle of the Dread Moon. So these are smaller packs. They're the size of the more classic packs from Witch King's Return of the Witch King and Kellar's Keep. But I do think it's a good size. Okay, this says the Elven Mage Sylvana, brilliant diviner and longtime ally of Mentor, has been experiencing visions of disquiet spirits surrounding her beloved late apprentice, Nelath, a skilled spirit talker who had been slain by Zargon and laid to rest years ago. Playing as one of HeroQuest's brave heroes, you must enter the Wyvern's Keep and end whatever vile plot has disturbed Nellis' eternal slumber before a fate worse than death befalls her. And of course, this is one of these. So actually, she might be the one being tormented. Actually, we might have just gotten that backwards. So it does seem like she is being tormented by the spirits of her slain apprentice. So I think that could be it. Andrew says, once you unbox, do you combine everything, HeroQuest? How do you store this stuff? I put it back in its box. So all of the expansions are stored in each individual box. And then I put it over here on the shelves, which I have already used up all the space on. In fact, that's another major thing I got to do around this house. I got to get the gaming room. It's been completely out of commission, but it's got shelves in it, and I to put more board games in. I've got stuff in a whole bunch of shelves that just need to get out of here and restore. So is she the queen of all spirits? Is she a queen that's also a spirit? Is she a spirit queen of spirits? I guess we're going to find out. How is this set not on the app yet? Oh, I don't know. I have not looked in the app. I did see like somebody posted on like the HeroQuest and Reddit. The other one was that the Prophecy of Telor apparently was just added to the app. I'm not sure if this one's in the app or not. This one does. This box does have the foil on it, which is nice. The same way that the Prophecy of Telor did. Apparently, that's what they did for the retail release. It says, the spirits of the dead grow ever restless. A chill has settled over the realm in this HeroQuest expansion that traverses the land to uncover an unusual disturbance among the spirits. Return to the world of HeroQuest and delve into 14 thrilling quests. So this one has 14. The other one had 13. Features the Bard hero. Okay, so we get the Bard in this one. Return to the world of HeroQuest and delve into 14 thrilling quests. Features the Bard hero as well as ghostly turquoise monster miniatures and combat dice. So yeah, so we've got the translucent turquoise miniatures in here, and I'm really hoping that these actually have rules. So if these are if they're ghostly turquoise monster, they're supposed to be ghostly. I hope they've got rules for ghost monsters. That was my biggest disappointment in the Prophecy of Telor box, and that they were translucent like fire-like, but there were no rules for fire creatures. Must be house ruled. It looks like these are the same sculpts, but they're just injected with this translucent plastic. But we'd better get some rules here. HeroQuest book featuring 14 quests, 15 finely detailed miniatures, 15 game cards, and 6 dice. Andrew says, space is the enemy of collectors. I've run out of it. I need a TARDIS. Yeah, and I already have a small house, but that doesn't matter. It's like, oh, if I just need some more space, I just need some more space. And so Beta Closet did this. When I built these shelves over here behind me, I can't move my camera because I've got it attached. But when I was building these shelves, I was like, man, this is plenty of space. This is plenty of space. But man, I ran out of shelf space fast. So, but this whole house is absolute disaster. Absolute disaster. Let's open this up. I don't really need more stuff. I really don't. HeroQuest was the exception. The storage solution that Hasbro provided in HQ seems to be lacking. It's a lot of space to account for. Yeah, there is a video series on building. I was thinking about that today, that the rest of the building the house has not ever gotten done. But that's gaming related. Building the gaming house. I built this house to be a gaming house. I didn't build it. I renovated the house to be a gaming house. And I said, I don't really need more HeroQuest at the moment because we still got plenty to play with the nephews. They started with the first box. We could play now twice a week all year or something. Spirit Queen's Torment quest book. So we will take a look at that like we did last time. So here we go. Here are the miniatures in the box. First of all, these dice are actually a different color than the inject. I mean, they might be the same plastics, but they come out a different color than the miniatures here. I like these dice. So we do get more dice. So this is the third box that we've gotten that has dice in it. Isn't it third? I don't believe the Mage in the Mirror did. I don't think the Dread Moon did. Somebody can correct me. But like I said, I don't mind getting more dice. I've just got my original sets. And we play around a large table. So having all the boys be able to have dice sitting right next to them rather than having to pass dice around the table, that does save time. That does save time. So I am okay with having more combat dice. So that gives me 3 sets. I believe they were blue. We got blue, green, and orange. The dice are tumble polished. Yes. So it could be the same color dice, same actual plastic injection, but they came out different colors in the end. Oh, good morning, Wild Barley. Good morning. Getting a late start today. Well, we're having an easy morning this morning. I caught the flu, it seems. Oh no, I'm sorry. Well, good to have you here. So yeah, it could be the same. But anyway, so I'm a fan of that. Let's see. We got dice here. Oh, let's take a look at the cards last. All right. Here are the miniatures. So it does look like I recognize this orc from the other pack, the Prophecy of Telor. So that is the orc. I don't have the new HeroQuest box because I have 2 of the original HeroQuest boxes. So I wasn't familiar with the new sculpts. I'm still not a huge fan of like the World War II orcs. I mean the World of Warcraft style big hulking orcs. I prefer the demonic orcs. And in fact, the orcs of the original HeroQuest box were real influential to me on just what the look of orcs is, actually. I wonder if I can get the camera to focus a bit better if I do this. I do, however, like the skeletons. So I noticed that this is the skeleton main sculpt from the new HeroQuest box. I like the original skeleton boxes with the scythes. Very iconic, very classic, very easy to paint. But I am a fan of armored skeletons. So it does look like of all the sculpts of the new HeroQuest, the skeletons are my favorite. So we got 2 ghostly skeletons. Like I said, I think that at least I would paint these bases black. I bet these miniatures will look so much better with the bases painted black. That way it looks like if it's supposed to be a ghostly whatever, then at least it doesn't look like the base is part. The base would look solid. And I think that would look cool. And then maybe ink them. We used to do some painting. Sometimes we might do some painting here on the morning grind if there's something we need to look at. Now in this one has 2 abominations. So I didn't have any abomination sculpts because my set has femurs in it. That's a big creature. I mean, big miniature with the arms splayed out and everything like that. That takes up a lot of space on the board. It would be just fine on mine because I play on the larger size board, but that does take up a lot of space. But with the undead here, let's see. So Games Workshop orcs are your orcs. HQ was originally the first game created by Games Workshop. Yeah, I mean, I guess, but I would hesitate to say Games Workshop orcs. I mean, you're right that yes, but not modern Games Workshop orcs to me. Not modern Games Workshop orcs. Because even the Games Workshop orcs have gotten bigger over time. I mean, the orc in the original HeroQuest is real, hunched over and stuff. See, that's what I think. I think a dark blue or navy ink would really bring the detail out than maybe a periwinkle dry brush, but that's not strictly necessary. Right. I think if you're going for a ghostly look, all of my HeroQuest monsters have the base painted black. So we'll do the ink first. But if you do like an ink or a wash, I will have to, I mean, I might even try a contrast paint. I've got the contrast paint to the speed paints. That could work too. We might have to do some painting one morning on the morning grind. I've still got all my paint sitting around here, and I got to paint my cultist miniatures. So there is some painting that needs to be done. But that would be, I like fun and fast with painting. But yes, a contrast paint. Right. Yes. The Games Workshop orcs have evolved. So classic HQ orcs. But yes, some kind of wash, maybe contrast paint, and then paint it black, paint the base black. I think you'd have some really nice miniatures. And you could even do like an undead ghostly warband. I like the idea of a ghostly kind of warband. So we do have, so that's the mummy sculpt. See, I like the classic HeroQuest mummy. The classic HeroQuest sculpts are so classic. I guess that's why they're classic. but the mummies are so good. So this is a different kind of mummy here. We do have zombies too here. So this is nice, but I want them to have meaning. So the other one didn't. These Quest of Telor, Prophecy of Telor just came with one fire abomination. But actually, I think this one does have some other. Okay, so this one does have spectral. Maybe we call him spectral dread warrior. Brent says, I'm loving the Army Painter speed paints. I did enjoy them too. I mean, I like classic painting techniques, but I also like to be able to sit down and paint a box of miniatures. I'm not trying to win the Golden Demon, but I do like playing with painted miniatures. Oh, got the 2.0 mega set as a guilty pleasure. I hear you. Oh, Sable's a Vallejo kind of person. But then also, so this one right here, though, that to me, okay, can anybody tell me who's got the new set and the new sculpts? Is this sculpt right here? Come on, focus. So this one was not in Telor's Prophecy. Is this a new sculpt for this set? It's difficult to see anyway, but I think that's focused. Is that the Spirit Queen? Or is this the new sculpt of the Warhammer Sorcerer? The new sculpt of the HeroQuest, like Warlock? So this one was not in Telor's. Hang on, let me grab Telor's. Or Teller's Prophecy. Just 1 second. Whoa! It's me knocking things off the desk. A paint and chat would be so that, hey, because I was wondering what could we do, but actually a paint and chat would be cool because I could invite other people on to have if people want to just talk or have things to talk about. Maybe that's what we could do if we're painting on the morning grind, because I don't have time to do a separate painting show anymore. But we could just have a discussion one morning if we're painting. That might, or everybody make sure if you want. Some people are at work and things like that, but it could be a painting time and be on the stream. Oh, so this one didn't come. This one doesn't come with the gargoyle. I guess that's the gargoyle sculpt. Over here, we got fire gargoyle. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So both of them have 15 miniatures. This one had to come with the hero version of it. I guess that's the gargoyle, but the demon that the warlock turns into. No need for that here. So we get this one right here. That we looks like the Spirit Queen. And then an extra spectral abomination. Spectral abomination, I guess, makes sense. And then we have here the Orc Bard. I'm not sure about the Orc Bard here. We're going to see how good he is. I don't know anything about his stats. I'm not real sure about this sculpt here. He's got his instrument on his back. But it just seems a rather cartoony sculpt. I mean, they say highly detailed miniatures, but I'm just, in general, I'm not seeing that in these miniatures. But we do have the Orc Bard. I mean, that's with this idea of this being, I guess he's an orc, or is he a half orc or something like that? Maybe he's a half orc. But that's a very human-like, muscular human-like orc wearing a foppish hat. And I don't believe there's anything underneath here. Yep, that's it. So if I'm painting, I want to be able to get whole boxes done. That way, It's just better when they're painted. My brother was making fun of me when we were playing HeroQuest the other day because I had to find. So James says on camera that bard looks rough, and I don't like the pose. Singing but not using his instrument weird. Yeah, that miniature is questionable to me. Very questionable to me. Might have to proxy a better kind of bard if the bard's going to use. We'll have to see. What we haven't been. I thought the warlock was okay yesterday. We were kind of skeptical of the monk. We were more than a bit skeptical of the monk. Other people are saying it's okay. It's okay, but we were tended to be kind of skeptical. But now we got the bard here, so we'll see if the bard, what we think about the inclusion of the bard. I don't want to have to balance the game myself. Hey, please do hit the like button, everybody. We got 7 likes. We had 14 likes yesterday when we were talking about Fate horror. HeroQuest seems like it'll be popular around here. Okay, so let's see. We got new artifact cards, bard spells, equipment, and looks like the bard card. Instantly, I noticed we don't have monster cards. That's so unless it says we're going to look, see if we can, if anywhere in here there are like, this gives me rules for spectral creatures. It might, and that's okay, because if the only difference between a skeleton and a spectral skeleton is, one thing, and that one thing is the same for all the different spectral creature type, that's okay. But I just want to make sure that it's actually in there. Otherwise, I mean, what a lost opportunity. All right, let's look at the bard first. It says, Bard, you are the bard. Your spirit and songs inspire and invigorate your allies. You prefer to stay light on your feet, so when you're wearing non-metal armor and not carrying a shield, you roll 1 additional defend die. So when you're wearing non-metal armor and not carrying a shield, you roll 1 additional defend die. Wild Barley says, I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3 this morning, and my PC is a Githyanki cleric bard. He looks just about as stupid as that orc. James says, is that a mispack? Oh, I guess it could use the old cards. I also don't like that. It should have new art with new cards for the minis. Well, yeah, I think so. I mean, we had that in other quests. Hang on, let me show you. In other quest boxes, we got that. Hang on, let me grab the Mage of the Mirror box and refill my coffee.
Oh, it's time for a Yeti hug break. Yeti hug break, Yeti hug break. Everybody go hug yo Yeti and show yo Yeti some love.
All right, see, coffee. See, here's the Mage of the Mirror. Man, I got so much stuff sitting around this desk. But here's the Mage of the Mirror. Oh, that's to this over here. Why not just junk up the house? With the painted miniatures here. But here are its cards. These were painted with speed paints. So this set was painted up with speed paints. But elf spells. Yeah, that's the monster cards right there. So you get cards. Well, that's an equipment card. So you get cards for Giant Wolf, Ogre. Now, of course, they are completely new. Elven, so you get those cards for them. I guess that's which makes me skeptical. It's like, well, I mean, these are completely new. They needed new cards, but that must mean that maybe these monsters in these other quest packs are not completely new. But even if they are, like, if they just have one different rule that's spectral, I still would have put cards in the box. I mean, I get, production is a thing. Contents of boxes are a thing. But I mean, that's immediately what I was looking for. And then I was disappointed when I didn't find it. So that's the kind of stuff that is in like the Mage of the Mirror Quest box. Let's see. Okay, so, but the Bard right here. So what is the Bard? The Bard is attack 2, defend 2, body points 5, mind points 4. Yeah, see, he's in that same pose here. That just, I would give the Bard a better battle pose. I guess that's another reason that he looks weird. It's because all the HeroQuest characters are in some type of pose that's like dungeoneering, and this guy is not. This is kind of a ridiculous looking, singing bard in the middle of a dungeon. He moves with 2. His starting weapon is rapier. I guess that's going to be new equipment. But attack 2, defend 2, body 5, mind 4. So he's a lot like does the elf have 6? I think the elf has 6 hit points, so less hit points than the elf. We got bard spells. All right, what are the bard spells? Lullaby. This spell may be cast on any one monster. The target falls into a deep sleep and cannot attack, move, or defend. This spell can be broken at once or on a target's future turn by rolling 1 red die for each of the target's mind points. On a result of 6, the spell is broken. The spell has no effect on targets with 0 mind points. So basically, a sleep spell makes sense. Lullaby. Healing Song. Oh, so he's got a healing spell. This spell may be cast on on all heroes you can see. Oh, this is a powerful spell right here. See, okay, so the porcine orcs. I miss when D&D orcs were more porcine. I love the old orcs. Andrew says should give him a sonic-based attack. Yeah. Healing Song. I guess that's what they're trying to do. This spell may be cast on any. This may be cast on all. As if in some ways heroes need more body points. I mean, do heroes need more body points in HeroQuest? Like we couldn't decide I couldn't not take my healing spell when playing in the Elf Quest pack. But this gives them a lot more. This spell may be cast on all heroes you can see, including yourself. Each affected hero restores up to 2 body points, not exceeding their total. So I've never seen a spell like this in HeroQuest before. So this is like a group heal. It's 2 points, but it's a group heal. So that could be a lot of hit points that you're restoring back as a whole group to the party. This says including yourself. So you would use this if you have the ability, you'd get 8 hit points back. Some of these potions will restore D6, so it could be up to 6, but that's to a single hero, and you have to roll for it. This could be up to 8 body points that the heroes have got. Why would you not use this? Not allow all the heroes first to get in line of sight to the bard before the bard sings Healing Song and heals everybody. That's a powerful spell. That's a powerful spell. You would, yes. See, it is this line of sight, which does sound strange. But I don't think HeroQuest doesn't have any rules for hearing, which would be something that you could add to a advanced kind of HeroQuest game. What's the difference between seeing and hearing? If you hear something, sometimes that matters, and other times you see. So it is line of sight, but still, that's a powerful spell. And our third spell for the bard is Inspiring Tale. This spell may be cast on any one hero, excluding yourself. I've never seen a card say excluding yourself, but this one does. Cast on any one spell, excluding yourself. On that hero's next attack, they roll 1 additional attack die. Regain the spell when a hero you can see, excluding yourself, rolls 2 white shields when defending. Huh. James says, it's like Ghostbusters. Listen, do you smell that? So you do have to keep up with some of these spells that recharge in different circumstances. You have to keep track of that. This is an interesting one because you have to keep track of it on other people's turns. Like the refresh when your hit points return to 8 or something like that. Or return to full with the druid. But this one, you've got to keep track of when somebody else you can see rolls 2 white shields when defending. In which case you get Inspiring Tale back. What do you think about that? Andrew says, do I think it would be better if it was just conditioned on time? Then you have to track the rounds. But I might not be as down on, because I think that time needs to be added to HeroQuest anyway. We talk about this all the time. Time in RPGs, time added to HeroQuest. There's no time constraint in HeroQuest. So if you were tracking rounds, because right now Hero's Quest is set up so that you're not tracking rounds. No, actually, well, that's the problem with just saying. Actually, I think that is a problem with the way HeroQuest is set up right now. Just saying you get this spell back after a certain number of rounds won't work because there's no time limit. You can sit there for an infinite number of rounds. Like if you're like, okay, before we go through this door, let's all just pass our turns for 3 rounds until the spell comes back. So that's why that wouldn't work in HeroQuest as written. James says there's a lot of art reuse here. The song cards don't have their own special back. It's just an image of the character, and then he appears on 2 of the face cards, just in black and white. Oh, yeah. So so the back is Bard spell, which that's the Bard right there. And that looks like, just a redrawing of that art. Yeah, the good catch. I don't think that the back doesn't, I mean, it bothers me because of what he looks like. But okay. So that's this. That's the new Bard. I think, on the other hand, it's just like all the classic hero spells can be used just once. I think that magic has always been a problem, or one of the things that people talk about in HeroQuest, that they don't like here's a spell card and then use it once and then it's gone for that quest. People do, so people think about that, and there have been all kinds of house rules about that. Is that a good way to do it? One of the problems is that some of the spells are more useful than others, so some of them always get used, other ones don't. But you don't want the hero, the wizard casting a bunch of fireballs, even though the warlock can now cast with the wand. But instead of having a methodology to get spells back, like this is actually our procedure for getting spells back, we end up with ad hoc ways of getting spells back that you have to keep track of individually now that ability exists. All right, so let's take a look at equipment. New equipment cards. Venom Antidote. The cooling tinctures. This cooling tincture, or the cooling tincture, soothes the fire from your veins. Drink this potion to restore up to 2 body points of damage inflicted by poison needles or darts. We have vague ideas of damage type here, but this is damage source. 2 points of damage inflicted by poison needles or darts. Potion of Restoration. The scent of lavender fills the air. Drink this potion to restore 1 lost body point and 1 lost mind point. Potion of Dexterity. A dark, sparkling liquid that sends a jolt of energy through you. Drink this potion to add 5 squares to your next movement roll or automatically succeed 1 pit jump. You may not use more than one of these potions per turn. The potion of dexterity adding 5 spaces to your roll, I can think of when you would really want to do that now. That would be very powerful to add to the pass through rock spell, because you can drink potions on the same turn you cast a spell. And we've been increasingly using the pass through rock spell as a reconnaissance spell. I was doing that when I was playing the solo quests too. To scout out and find out what is in different rooms and what direction you might need to go. The downside to that is that you want to be sure that you roll high when that happens. So you can just sit around and wait for a high roll. That's what I was doing. As long as there's no danger, there's nothing coming at you, you could stay there and roll infinitely. That's a problem with HeroQuest structure. If you're in more danger, you really need more to make sure you're rolling well in order to scout through a whole bunch of different rooms, running through the rooms. But if you roll well, then also drink this potion. You could do a lot of scouting with the potion, with the pass through rock, with the potion of dexterity. Andrew says, maybe a mechanic where you orient the card a certain way. You turn it to the right the first time, then move it 90 degrees each time. You wouldn't need to track it, just look at position. Well, you could do that. If you're trying to refresh something. So used, next turn, next turn, next turn, you're back up. Yeah. You could do that. Are there games that are doing that? That seems like a natural thing to do for a game. I mean, you see, unused and then exhausted a lot. Potion of Battle. Bitter but effective. Drink this potion to re-roll all of your attack dice. Rapier. So here is the weapon of the bard. Weapon. When wielding this long, slender sword, you roll 2 attack dice and may attack diagonally. May not be used by the wizard. Oh, so the bard can attack diagonally too. So the rapier is like the long sword with a diagonal attack, except for it's only with 2 dice. So now you've got staff with 1 attack. That's diagonal. It's often a nice thing for the wizard to have. It's just 1 attack die, but it is diagonal. The rapier gives you 2 diagonally, and then the long sword gives you 3 diagonally. I don't know. I'm feeling like pretty classic. Classic HeroQuest is back. Is best. Let's see. All right. So now artifact cards. Rabbit boots. Slipping these on fills you with a burst of frenetic. What is that word? Frantic energy. While wearing these boots, you may attempt to jump over 1 discovered trap. Before jumping, roll 1 combat die. On a roll result other than a black shield, you successfully jump over the pit trap. May be used only once per turn. Anti-poison quill. A potent antidote that rapidly spreads through the bloodstream. May be consumed immediately after being poisoned to restore all body points lost to poisoning. May only be used once. Dust of Disappearance, a velvet pouch of shimmering silver powder. Sprinkle this dust on any one hero. On their next movement, they may move unseen through spaces that are occupied by monsters. May only be used once. I think I kind of remember these from the back of one of them. Frenetic. There we go. You can't hit them with the loot. I mean, you have to spend an action to retune the thing. Yeah, maybe you hit them with the loot, but then it's difficult to sing your song if you require that until you've retuned it. Characterized by rapid or sporadic movement. Oh, hey, Josiah. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Spell Scroll. I think I remember some of these from the original Quest expansions. Spell Scroll, Tempest. So we got a bunch of Spell Scrolls last time. Tempest. This spell creates a small whirlwind that envelops 1 monster of your choice. That monster misses its next turn. This scroll crumbles to dust after use. Any hero may use this scroll. Scroll spell, Fire of Wrath. This spell may be cast on any one monster, blasting it with flames. It inflicts 1 point of damage unless the monster can immediately roll a 5 or 6 on 1 red die. The scroll crumbles to dust after use. Any hero may use this scroll. Spell scroll. Courage. This spell may be cast on any one hero, including yourself. The next time that hero attacks, they may roll 2 extra combat dice. This spell is broken the moment the hero can no longer see a monster. The scroll crumbles to dust after use. Any hero may use this scroll. So this is the fire spells that we have the spell scrolls with. Kind of odd that we didn't have the fire spells were the ones that got the spell scroll here, and yet we're in the one with the spirit type monsters. You would have thought that the fire spells would have gone with the prophecy of Telor. Good morning, PH. Good to see you. Glad you're here. All right, so let's take a look at this. We won't look at any spoilers. We're not going to look at the maps or anything like that. Let's see what this has, and if we can find anything about spirit monsters. Alchemist shop here. These potions may be purchased only between quests. So we've got the potion of restoration, the potion of dexterity, the venom antidote, and the potion of battle. I'm so glad to have cards for these. Because in the original expansions, when they were first released, you didn't. Okay, a message from Mentor. Let's figure out what this is all about. Oh, lots of people going to the dentist lately. Hope everything is all right. I've got to get to the dentist, too. Terrible times are upon us, my friends. Zargon never rests, and the latest machinations of the evil sorcerer may be the most dire yet. An army under Zargon's command attacked us just days ago. It was repelled, but the vile sorcerer leading the attack employed a most unusual and devastating spell. It was an incantation of dread magic, of course. The base magic evil creatures learn by giving up balance and empathy, but somehow the spell produced elemental fire. This should not be possible. Oh, so maybe that's why the fire spells were in here. I have many suspicions and must travel to the site. I have many suspicions and must travel to the site of the battle to learn more. I fear this was but a test of power by Zargon, and the source of this magic is likely found elsewhere. As you may know, with hard work and years of study, wizards, elves, and other creatures may master the schools of elemental magic: air, water, earth, and fire. Powerful wizards can master more than one school or element, but each spell is cast separately from another, with the elements remaining pure. Fragments of records from the ancient and great orc kingdoms hint at other possibilities, but with the gravest of consequences. Zargon and the evil sorcerer's minions have tried to uncover this information, but any knowledge has been lost to time. I wish for you to meet Sylvana, one of my most accomplished diviners. She senses a connection between today's events and the fate of an old friend of hers. Someone under Zargon's command is gaining great and terrible power, and we sense these matters are related. Travel swiftly to her and be prepared for great danger. You shall certainly face it from Zargon's foes, but you will do well to remember that it's not only magic and might that wins battles. A hero must also keep their heart and their wit. So let's see. Playing the quests. This says Bard, Hero, and Dying. Players may choose to play the Bard hero for this quest book. In addition, that says for this quest book. It doesn't say that you can add the Bard to any other quest. That's interesting. Players may choose to play the Bard for this quest book. In addition, once the heroes have found the Sigil in Quest 3, they gain additional benefits representing how Sigil and later Urdrin can help the characters. If no one is playing the Bard and a hero dies, place the Bard hero in the room with the dead hero. The player of the dead hero now controls the Bard hero and can immediately pick up items held by the fallen hero. What? The Bard hero may not take actions on the turn they appear. The appearance of the Bard hero in this way may only happen once during this quest series. Oh, that can only happen once during the quest series. You know, the Bard show up. This guy shows up in the middle of the in the middle of the dungeon. Several quests allow the heroes to play allies. Once found, a hero plays an ally. controls the ally. The hero takes their regular turn and then the ally's turn. The ally is treated by the hero as a monster, by all monster and traps, and does not share in any treasure. So this says this message should be read aloud to all players. Let's see what this is. Yeah, the board is your bench player. Put him in, coach. He's ready to play. Heroes, I have troubling news. Sylvana, elven mage and longtime ally of Mentor, paces across the tower study where all have been summoned. Despite midday sunlight beaming through the tall windows that boast a sprawling view of the city below, no warmth permeates the room. This news may well bring ruin to the realm. Lately, my divinations reveal that spirits of the dead are restless, and their secrets are being taken from them. In a dream, I saw my dear late apprentice, Nelith, surrounded by motes of elemental power. Nelith always had a gift for speaking with spirits, earning her the title of Spirit Talker. Nelith was slain years ago by Zargon. She was laid to rest in Wyvern Keep, where she fell battling Zargon's evil forces. The dead possess dangerous knowledge, which we cannot allow to fall into Zargon's hands. I must admit this mission is also personal to me. I wish to know if a fate more terrible than death has befallen my apprentice. Take care exploring the ruins of Wyvern Keep, for there are reports of bandits operating in the area. They could be acting as a front for Zargon's forces. I sent a scout to investigate the ruins and ensure Nelith's tombs remained intact, but they haven't returned. Find my scout, the orc Sigil, if possible. They may have uncovered important information. Sylvana eyes each of you. My divinations foretell great danger, both for you and the realm. I know you are worthy heroes. I have chosen you for your past service to Mentor and our lands. If Nelith's tomb is disturbed, it is vital we uncover Zargon's plot and bring it to its end. Then we go to a quest map. That didn't say anything about spirit creatures. Artifact reference in the back right here. Artifacts in this expansion with corresponding cards found in the HeroQuest game system. Eventually, I'm going to have... Maybe I can find a new HeroQuest box secondhand. That way I can have consistent cards across all of them. Nellis is also... Nellis is also the name of a famous Air Force base. So that's tripping me up, yeah. Now I have to make a 5e barbarian who wears a massive shoulder pads. Catchphrase. Put me in, coach. Thanks, Andrew. Do I see anything about spirits? I don't want to look at the maps. Is any time this telling me something? It seems like that one did have something to do with spirits. This one had to do with fire magic and something to do with spirits. Has anyone played through this or know if there's any meaning to spirit abominations? And I don't see anything flipping through. Irritating. The new expansion, next expansion will have cheerleaders to accompany the bard. This would make a pretty cool, also like undead spectral warband or something. Yeah, we might have to do some painting on the morning grind. Have a discussion morning. I like the idea of having a discussion with people. Anybody who's available and would like to chat. We need a topic, though. So Prophecy of Telor right there. And... well, who knows where I put that box top. HeroQuest and Blood Bowl. I don't think I've ever actually played Blood Bowl. All right. Well, for today, Friday. So everybody, I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend. Sunday, there will be a replay of our discussion about Star Trek 1 on the Table Talk channel. That's at 1 o'clock. One of the HeroQuests is being re-released on, speaking of HeroQuest, my solo play will be re-released on the Dinner and a Board Game channel as well. And then well, we'll be doing the morning grind as well. So everybody, have a wonderful day. Please do like the stream on your way out. Have a wonderful day. Go forth, be creative, be constructive, and grind on. Later, everybody.